not just because I made, I'm saying it is just nobody would have ever seen anything like this kind of film. Started as like telling a story of a super rich or something, and then slowly it's their lives and then these lives. In short, and it absolutely felt necessary. There's nothing that we could take off. We tried a lot.
Sekhar sir, welcome to the Hindu. It's always a great pleasure to talk to you. Since the days of Anand and Godavari to Love Story and now Kuberaa, I really look forward to these conversations that we have before the release.
Me too.
Congratulations on completing 25 years in cinema. And what makes it very special is that each time you announce a film and then there's a film up for release, everybody looks forward to it with excitement. And there is a curiosity to see what is it that you're going to put out now. What do you think has kept you relevant for these 25 years?
Good question. I'm very happy about it that I stayed relevant and I stay relevant. Mm-hmm. It's a danger for any writer, especially writer-directors, to actually be repetitive and age and maybe get carried away or something. It's very easy. Actually, it happens. So I don't know what. Probably I keep connected with people. Maybe I stay connected with people. Maybe I don't consider movie as a business more than art, and that maybe art stems from being sensitive or whatever, being socially aware, and then being a little concerned, and then so maybe all that helped, and maybe my team who I rely more on writing these days to my co-writer, and then take inputs and then work with the story. And I consider probably now I'm at a place where I consider a story is bigger than a director itself. So you can give in to the story and try to make it happen, no matter forgetting your business. I mean, whatever your logistic, I mean your comfort or your style or something. There's nothing like, maybe all that kept me relevant. Maybe I'm thinking. I'm also analyzing. I fear that actually. Mm-hmm. Fear that I get repetitive.
Yeah. You had, in fact, in the earlier interviews also that we've had, you said that was like your biggest fear.
Correct.
Am I getting repetitive as a writer and as a director?
Correct.
But in that sense, Kuberaa is like a very marked departure from what you've been doing, right?
It happened, and I'm very glad that it happened. It's a very big departure.
Okay.
Not in terms of what I am or what I believe or what my style of making. It's the same sensitive thing, but it's just this story of such a big what you call canvas or such a big point that it's showing a class difference. I mean, trying to put together a multi-billion-dollar selfish capitalist who wants to become everything, and then a beggar who doesn't even care, who doesn't even know, he just exists for just existence sake, and then no motive, nothing, and then seeing them together and making them, seeing those worlds and then pitting them as a conflict point and all was very interesting. So that itself is a start point for the film, and then how it evolved and all, it's completely new.
Okay.
And it's very, very new. It's not just because I made, I'm saying it is just nobody would have ever seen anything like this kind of film. Okay. So that I fear again, like if you don't see anything, either you say I'm not connected, or you can say it's like a wow. So I'm hoping for the wow, basically. So it has that kind of elements, and it's a very big canvas, and even you become smaller than what the film, it's the story in the film. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a departure from films I made, but not me. See, this is me actually. So in a different.
15 years ago, Leader released, that was in 2010. That was a solid political drama. There were a little bit of socially relevant themes there as well. Correct. Because you can't separate politics from the societal issues at all. Now this is like, would you describe this as more of a social political drama than only politics?
Socio-political thriller, I'm saying. Okay. We started off as a thriller where there is that where this richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor by getting, joined by another conflicted individual in the middle, and they're all their selfish interests and their survival, that kind of thing. And then slowly from thriller, it actually gets into an emotional mode where we explore a beggar who were generally invisible. So that's when my learning started with, trying to get the life, but not too peachy or not too sad or anything. He lives for the living and he doesn't even have a motive, so their lives is a different thing. So tracking them and integrating that emotional into this thriller thing is what makes it really special. So we balance that, and there are layers in this film. So that's.
Was there like a particular triggering incident for you to write this story, or was it like a series of instances that you observed over time and said, okay, let me fictionalize this and start writing?
I think fiction, not single point.
Okay.
It started it's somewhere started as like telling a story of a super rich or selfish guy, and then slowly it's their lives and then these lives. So it just evolved. I don't even know where it started.
Last time you said that Love Story took you a little more time to write because you went through a few drafts, and then, for it to develop, because you wanted to bring in both the caste and the gender issues together. How was the writing process for Kuberaa?
This was also very difficult. I had a lot of help from Chaitanya Pingali. She writes, and then especially from beggar's point of view and things, and we have. We're trying to balance this thriller and then emotion part, and telling his story, telling Mac's story, telling Jim's sub story, and all that, multiple stories and layers and layering it out, and Rashmika's story also. So balancing them and writing in a tight gripping script and making it actually this kind of ideological concepts to bring on screen is very difficult. It's not simple actually.
Okay.
So this class difference, it sounds very good that it's a class difference, but bringing it and selling it and making a film is a challenge. So it had a lot of drafts. So finally we came through.
Okay. When you and Chaitanya Pingali have been writing together, right? How do you divide as to who writes what? There are certain people who say that I'm very good at developing characters, while the other writer is very good with the plot, though both of you are writing together. How does that synergy work between the two of you?
I don't know. I can't say that's something. It just intermingles. I just sit together and scenes we work out, and maybe it works, doesn't work. That kind of thing. I don't go by strengths, but she's definitely more empathetic for society. Like more, I stand at a higher level. No, though I claim to be sensitive, but her concerns for weaker people is much more higher. So that angle probably hits into the film. So more of not than academic talent of this plots and characters and all that. More, I think it's more about belief system, like who's strong in what beliefs and who stands by it, that kind of thing. It's more of an ideology, I think.
Since the beginning, when you did your film studies at Howard University, since that time you said that, you, rather than watching all the films and following a trend which is popular, you kind of listen to real life stories, and that is where your writing comes from. Is it easy even today to stay cut off and cut all the noise about what is trending? Because, everybody goes towards one particular zone if one film becomes a big hit. For example, action entertainers. Of course, you live away from Film Nagar and all that. But apart from that, how difficult is it to say that, all right, let me not just swim, towards one tide. Let me just do what I think should be told.
No, it's not. It comes naturally. I mean, I've been like that. I watch films and all they make, and then I clap and I cheer. I feel good. But the moment I am off the film, I'm on the roads or something. What interests me, what I should tell is what drives. Like in Howard films, when my professor used to tell me, I was afraid that I'm not interested in watching films. I was asking him, is that a bad thing? He said, no, you have a. You'll find a signature. That's what he said, and that's what happened actually. He is a wise man actually. So happened, and I can't completely claim that, but I'm my own thing worked with whatever I do. So now I'm at a stage where if something great, some genre, some popular thing, action, entertainment, whatever that works, I enjoy that, but it doesn't influence me. Foreign films or films don't influence me. I can really, one thing I can claim is it starts off somewhere, some mystical divine point somewhere, that some point comes, and then that how it goes, and everything, day and night struggles of being very, very, not trying to be original, but just not even being taken away by taken aback by or influenced by anything. Just developing story, characters, everything is originally, creatively original.
Okay.
So that process itself is very exhilarating. So I cut off from. I mean, there's nothing. I don't even see any point. I don't get influenced. I watch film, but I forget, like, just only few films where it stays with me, like stay with me. So it comes not with an effort, but it came naturally.
Okay. Yesterday I was talking to Nagarjuna sir, and he was telling me that, while acting, there are tiny nuances that you told him on the sets which made the performances much more authentic. For example, for a scene you told him, don't show so much confidence in your eyes because that is not required for in this particular situation. And for another scene you said, show that fear in your eyes because you are the one who knows the bigger truth right now to the person that's talking to you. And he said it's very rare these days where a star is made to act like a character. And he said he really enjoyed the process. This is the first time that you're working with such big stars like Dhanush or Nagarjuna sir or Rashmika. Can you tell me how you made them forget their star aura and just get into your world?
No, I didn't make them. They credit to them only. They came in, especially Nagarjuna, he came in like, I'm going to listen to you, trust you. So that is the only thing he said. And then he went by the character. So it's not, I didn't do anything. They just gave in, and they just gave in more than what could. And same with Dhanush. He's like, once I told him the character, he built all the nuances, and then he used to tell me like, can I do this? Can I do this? So both of them never made me feel that they're star. I was initially like a little apprehensive, but both of them, they made the things happen smoothly because they let it be actually.
Okay. And this is also the first time that you're working with people like Niket Bommi, cinematographer, Tota Dharani sir, and as well as Devi Sri Prasad for music. How did this team come together, and what was the initial process of discussing with all of them like?
To be true, what Niket Bommi, because my Vijay was a little unwell, so my cinematographer who did all my films, so I was looking for somebody, and I was talking to certain people. Then Niket Bommi happened, so I liked the vibe basically. He was young and energetic. Then Rashmika, suddenly I thought, why she has a very chirpy kind of and she could perform, and she's doing commercial films and all, but very good performer, I thought, like charming, twinkling eyes kind of thing. They're very lively. So we got her. Then Tartatarnir was always, he did leader, and also whenever I have this scale, I resort to him only. So I was a little hesitant because of his he is like age, and we were doing guerrilla shooting and real life locations in Bombay and all. Who could handle it or something good. And we pulled off in a lot of sets and all. You can't even recognize. Not Bombay, but other sets he put. Bombay we shot live almost everything. Then Devi Sri Prasad, I thought it was very interesting. Like this is a story. It's not a musical. It didn't start as a musical. It was more of a background score and one song kind of thing. So then I thought he could lift the film at that places and understand the film and that kind of thing. That's why I wanted to work with him long back. Then suddenly with this emotional content and all, songs came in, like more songs and more songs. So it was fun. It was highly energetic and more versatile. He can he can do anything actually. Like he can commercial. I think he gave in a lot of commercial elements into this film that work. And then who else? He said Niket, Dharani, Devi Sri Prasad, yes, Rashmika, Jim Sir was a very terrific actor. One actor who thoroughly even didn't understand the line or anything, but by heart had big lines and came and then delivered. It was fantastic.
Okay. The film's runtime, that's also become like a talking point, saying that it's about 3 hours and 2 minutes.
3 hours.
So when looking back, even Anand was a longer film. We never realized it.
Correct.
At that time, nobody spoke so much about whether the film is shorter or longer and things like that. You just went with the mood of the film, right? So what gave you that kind of a confidence saying, okay, this story requires this kind of a runtime, so let me just stick to it?
Yeah, I think we written and shot, and it absolutely felt necessary. There's nothing that we could take off. We tried a lot. It feels good. Okay, it's shorter film, and it makes business sense, and we can take pride also that we have told a big story in this this film required that kind of a time. because there were characters, layers. I would tell everybody's stories the right way, not compromise on anything it required. So I thought, let's.
Is your writing process also such that in the script everything is interlinked, so you can't like take off certain portions from it?
Very, very, very connected. Every scene will be connected somewhere. Every nuance will be used somewhere else, so that we can't take out.
Okay. And the film is also releasing in multiple languages, isn't it? So you've shot in Telugu and Tamil, and in the other languages it's been dubbed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Telugu, Tamil straight we shot.
Yeah. With just barely a couple of days to go for the release, what is like your instinct or your gut feeling about
I'm very eager. I know we've done a very, very special film. So I want to hear great word of mouth. Like, wow, kind of thing is the only thing that I want to hear. We'll see what happens. Again. But audience have their own mind. We can never say, but I hope basically. But this is a very special film, very different, and I'm proud of the film. Proud for a lot of reasons, but one is I think told a lot about, sincerely talked about invisible people that we never probably care or understand. So that is in a very engaging way. So I think that's why it works. I think. So
looking forward to watching the film, sir. And I'm sure after we watch the film, there'll be a lot more to discuss.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to meeting and talking to you once more after that.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Sure.